finals, and there's like he doesn't play Leshrac, and it's like still strong in the
Undying,
that
turn to
这么
ban.
菜，你的队友不会生气吧，哥哥？
among other things. OG's done this in the past. Previous TIs, they're looking great here.
Shame. I'm really worried
Hype's
about
building. It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
They want a, what is it, a thruple at this point? Is that what you would call it?
They're not there yet, but they're doing great.
They're on the road.
The draft is ready, by the way. Let's get the hospital.
Let's go. Draft. All right.
Oh,
Moment of
geez.
truth.
Voice
Undying.
line.
Yes, there
Undying.
it is.
Turn
Don't
to
let them
ban.
have a run back. Rule number 1 in traditional sports: do not let them have a run back.
Not confirmed.
OG's,
thing
turn
twice.
to
Yes,
dying.
don't let them do
Turn
the
to
same
pick.
plays.
Once you see it the
OG's,
first time.
turn to pick.
Exactly.
I gotcha. Yeah, that usually happens. At times, it's like you lane against something, you get punished a couple. You're like, oh, I see it, and then like, but then the mind games go deeper, and it's like it shouldn't happen the first couple times. You gotta be prepared, man. It happening the first.
10 seconds remaining.
The worst is though is when you know what's coming, and then you're like, okay, this is what they're gonna do, and
5
they still
seconds
crush.
remaining.
That's where you start losing confidence. And it really affects your at times. So it's very
Take it
important.
away.
Take it away, and it's important to be a strong team.
They really do play with the mind. Really plays it up. They use voice lines, phrase. They are one of the teams that has worked with a sports psychologist as well. They've worked with one. I know Beast Coast has. Or I'm not sure how many other
OG's,
teams.
turn to pick.
Behold the horn of Magnus.
Undying's, turn
There was
to
like a
pick.
But I cannot remember. Top team. Alright, Tiny was the first pick for Undying. Definitely want to hear the meta. That's gonna Lena fit into the first. Again, that was the hero Brawl to be able to mess up,
10
probably
seconds
because
remaining.
it's a hero that he's like consistently like the
5 seconds
all-defying
remaining.
solo mid hero. It's one of Brawl's best, and it also could potentially like be top. Probably feels maybe a little bit more work. It's just easier. This phase if they're really worried about. Classically, OG doesn't cover tops in much. It's like his style to like do slightly funky things, and that isn't always.
你这么
Sometimes he
菜，
gets
你这
behind.
这么菜，
In
你
the
的队友
last
不会
game, he
生
did
气
great.
吧，哥哥？
But if they're worried about that kind of mechanic advantage, very strong.
Undying's, turn
Fine
to
to the
ban.
1v1v1s, then
Hunter.
ban him out in the first.
It feels like OG clearly knew that eventually the Eye was going to be.
OG's,
They
turn
picked
to
up their heroes
ban.
very, very
Turn
quickly.
to
In fact,
ban.
we're blazing through this around. Undying taking a little more time trying to decide what they want, but the Magnus Snapfire was just.
Yep, and Magnus was a hero that got banned second game versus EG, so they used it very effectively. It was also against the Ti10. That was the game
10
where they
seconds
were just
remaining.
like skewering Tide so far back that their team just
5 seconds
or anybody else
remaining.
that's playing that middle. So they're gonna have RP plus Snapfire ulti, RP and Cookie. They're the ability to Cookie forward and skewer back. They've got great options here for OG right off the bat. Most Snapfires have been 4. You can do it with a 5. A little bit less reliable, so 5 though usually.
OG's,
most
turn
gets
to
banned, though.
ban.
Legion Commander grabbing a lot. T primarily that got banned too. The Jug ban, Hoodwink ban, basically the heroes that are gonna come great with.
10 seconds remaining.
And that's what OG used.
5 seconds remaining.
Lane advantage against Tidehunter. It also just scales so well.
Interesting to note that the hotly contested hero along with Tiny. From what I'm looking at though, for the current data that we have on OG, we have 3 matches of Stoxa playing the Snapfire. I must have the grandma because my play the pride at this point. It only has a 60.
We got 3 wins. How many times have they?
Shaker, they.
Undying's, turn to ban.
So
50% win
unlikely.
rate.
I mean, again, they could play tail plane. It's less likely. Safer, better, etc.
I mean, Samael has played the Magnus and
That's true.
Safe Lane. Playing it a lot in his pubs too, if I He has played it once
10
so far.
seconds remaining.
Tiny light.
little bit.
5
Far less
seconds
burst damage.
remaining.
but better area control. Good and bad things with Banner Storm Spirit, with Lycan as well. Rock Wolf sounds pretty terrifying, I gotta say. Would not want to play.
OG's turn to ban.
Slark ban? That guy's so banned in the second phase, it's incredible. It's like every time they pick their offlaner first phase, it's like Slark is one of the don't want to mess with. Dealing all your fish stats.
Those. You don't have much as a Tide Hunter.
10
and he's
seconds
hungry, so-
remaining. 5
Third,
seconds
another
remaining.
popular pick again this time. Not going Brile. I wouldn't mind. I mean, it depends on the draft, obviously. Brile Queen of used to be very well known. Arrow when he was playing overall.
I like
Fair. Again,
and
it
against
depends on if
Tiny,
it fits.
yeah, it's scary against Tiny. Well, I think that Quap is like one of those heroes that like is a little bit
OG's
finicky, a
turn
little
to
fickle,
pick.
dies easy. So if Tiny spots her first, goes for the Avatos. like a lot of-
Undying's turn to pick.
Oh, no, I'm saying for Undying to pick up.
Oh, I'm sorry. You did say that, and I heard that, but then I got confused.
No worries, no worries.
Clockwork was very good against Tide earlier today.
Yes, no. Aggressively.
10 seconds remaining.
Did great regen trading themselves. That was kind of
5
got
seconds
behind on
remaining.
Gen. Couldn't stay up on regen. Jug. The carry is different. They could probably get away. As long as it's not somebody that does like at level 1 or level with every go, it'll be alright. But OG gets to delay that pick until they see everything from. Pretty good about their chance. Again, the Tiny combo is still, like Tiny carry is still pretty. So it's not terrible for Undying in this moment. But probably Mag Snapfire, Clockwork 5, and everything else is up in the.
With that Tide Hunter pick up, most likely going off lane.
Undying's
ability,
turn to pick.
But I
up
can't
near
stand.
ally.
Okay. They go for the Marana. And her namesake. Okay.
There it is.
They did it. They said the thing. I know that I know Double really enjoys playing Marana, but I have a feeling it's Meander. I believe in the past when we play Marana, he snipes
10
every
seconds
courier
remaining.
and is unstoppable when it.
Be good. He'll be able to lane
5
guarantee the
seconds remaining.
just arrowing the range creeps. Undying himself. I mean, there's 3 strength heroes on squad, so basically no matter where Undying lane, gonna have good lane advantage. It doesn't matter as much later. It's not like Timbersaw necessarily, but in the laning stage, dropping their damage by 4 and 8, for example, is just gonna make.
Undying's turn to ban.
Death Prophet gets picked though, and I do like this. Percentage-based damage, great against Tide, Tiny, Dying. Silence is really good against a bunch of these heroes. Can have some burst issues, so he's got to be a little bit careful against Tiny, but
10 seconds
and they have to worry about like
remaining.
Avatos and Arrow kind of stuff. But I do like the death
5 seconds remaining.
damage towers. They're gonna get the last pick from it, and they still haven't really. That's super. Sounds pretty good though, but they've got Snapfire. That's the only downside about.
They definitely want to get that lane effective. A little concerned, a little light on the lockdown, right? You can't do like an Avatos into like a Marana arrow. Obviously, land the arrow.
Does it always work? It doesn't. Sometimes it works. Yeah, I'm not a good Marana. It is clearly very hard to land
turn to
arrows on
ban.
pro players. They are so ready for that.
Undying's
They
turn
just
to
don't
ban.
get that absent-minded. That it's not often that you just get hit with an arrow.
It's not very often that very close to 10. But the nice thing too about it is going to provide them shadow mean that their supports are going to
10
protection makes them
seconds
a little
remaining.
bit poorer than if they didn't have to, and eventually you do this talent
5 seconds
plus 20
remaining.
evasion or something
Yeah, that one's really.
are reviewed.
And they're gonna have a right click here.
OG's
Magnus.
turn to pick.
Ban anti-mage, ban Void, good hero. Power, Void would have made the most sense. Great ultimate. Snapfire ulti with Death Prophet. Got her ulti going. Makes a lot of sense there.
OG's turn to pick.
Be more flank.
Waterboy, Tomato's favorite.
Lots of burst damage, lots of survivability. They don't have the hardest stunts. Don't have to worry about clockwork at all. Too much. Snapfire is not too much either.
10 seconds
I like it.
remaining.
Final pick then.
5
What
seconds
is, are
remaining.
they going to run? I feel like they're not going to run the Magnus as a 1. The door is wide open for.
Yeah, and they can be flexible on their lanes as well. This kind of shows Tiny mid potentially. Morphlings pretty much always go safe lane these days. If
No,
it's
don't forget
Tiny
Tomato used to be a mid.
True. I mean, I'm sure he's capable. I have a feeling it's not that funny.
You
Tinker!
may
Oh
now
baby,
select your
all right,
heroes.
all right.
Who's playing this?
Sumail's playing the Magnus, Tops is playing the Tinker. I saw this
这么
and
菜的队
Dota
友，
buff
这么菜的
details.
队友不会生气吧，哥哥？
I saw this stats that were provided. Oh dear God.
You talking to me?
Disables? Disables are not the best shutting down a Tinker. You're gonna have to like catch him with Tiny, who doesn't get blink for a while. You're gonna have to catch him with Ravage. We're gonna have to land here.
You're dead.
Like if you fight him into 2 spots and maybe break his blink, does look like a good Tinker game. Yeah, they're gonna put Seb as the offlane in his. So
They have such potential to have the biggest little draft. Biggest little means like Dubo just keeps getting like decay. It gets massive. Or, you know, Trinkray with Tinker. Just, it's like the
lots of-
Alice in Wonderland game base. Could run. Will. Potential is there.
你这么菜的队友不会，你这么菜的队友不会生气吧，哥哥？
Okay.
But it's okay. We got this super sick game. I'm really excited, actually. I don't need that one. Don't.
Give you a bottle like a good support. Take it.
I'm gonna put it on my side of the desk. I actually do. I don't have one.
See, I'm a good support.
All right. I'm interested in the OG draft. The Magnus carry can absolutely work if you just don't die that much. You just end up eventually carrying the game. Because he's always gonna farm really right. I like what OG's going for here. Look at that beautiful
Look
hair.
at that hair. Jenkins has to talk to Tomato to
Prepare
find
for
out
battle.
how he styles his hair.
There's actually so many more players now that have long hair.
I think Kobe took a part of that because they stopped going to get their hair cut. They're like, I can rock this. I can look at. I mean, No Tail, for example. Beautiful long
你这
blonde
么菜的
locks.
队友不会生气吧，哥？你这么菜的队友不会生气吧，哥哥？
I really love that voice line.
It's a good one. We're out checking for ward. Nothing there yet. So they know no position here.
You talking to me?
The tide has turned. Your
Round
wash.
Sumail going for complete safe lane, running right away. Oh, he's there to cut
really
trees, I
worried
guess. He
about
doesn't want to have to worry about Mirana. That's kind of a smart thing to do. Just cut all the trees so it's easier to see where Mirana's about to.
30 seconds to
Makes
battle.
sense. Good luck with the tons. Well, everybody's in a good mood. We'll have to see it. Hopefully, you know, we're not going to see any more Aegises being left in.
You talking to me?
Unless it's on.
Was on purpose.
You talking to me?
Probably. We'll find out later, I'm sure. There's no way OG's gonna be able to hold back from talking about
你
it.
这么菜的队友
The
不会生
battle
气吧，哥
begins.
哥？
Subtle flame sassy bird. I like
I
it.
mean, I don't blame him. People are gonna ask, they're gonna answer. Like,
They do love talking on Twitter.
they do. But it's great. Like, I love listening to their interviews. They're willing to, like, share their I think that makes the scene rich. Stay out of the DMs, everything's...
Brio just going for this little block over here, but Thompson, man, look at this block. Dang.
Little advantage there.
Crowds go wild. They're hyped for this match.
Lose together, win together.
NA again versus EU. This one a little bit more NA than last one. interested to see how many couriers Moonmander is capable of sniping.
No.
It's gonna be a little bit hard. Courier snipes are great, but like the
Radiant's
wards are
courier
so
has
important.
been
Like that's the
killed.
nice thing. You can put wards behind towers to spot couriers, but then you're losing out on information on other places on the map. Costs you a little bit. So you're losing heroes, not couriers. You know.
True.
A lot of times, as long as the courier makes it do first, it's like, a little negative, but not the end of the world.
I think it was. No, I know I've watched Moonmander play like Hunt Morana with couriers, but I think it was Mira.
你这么菜，你的队友不会生气吧，哥哥？你这么菜，你的
Spirit
队友不会
also
生气
very
吧，
good
哥
Morana
哥？
and
Yeah.
very good at sniping. I think they both are quite.
Yeah. I can see. Quick Blightstone for No Tail wants to get minus arm. Need the item that Snapfire's behind, but he did pick up Scatter Blast as well, so maybe gonna do a blast full shot.
Plenty of options. Drop this full. Hits over on Saberlight.
I mean, this is fine. He can end.
Movement here over in this lane. Leap forward arrow doesn't quite land. Thompson though, trying his best. They need maybe just a little bit more damage. Are they gonna go for a full damage? Oh, Thompson though! First the kill. And Bryle is forced to bottle through here. Is hoping he could get a hit on Thompson. Not gonna be able to find the final hit though.
Thompson is so clean though. Like he was so ready to do that turn and start attacking.
God, I wish we had
It's not over yet.
for this. Love to see reactions from that.
He could have gone for an Avatos there, just wasn't gonna. It was gonna be close though. He could have maybe tried on Thompson, but a little bit safer just to play it safe. Double water in here. Thompson's gonna have to catch up. I like that Moonmeander moved over to go for the shot though. Like it was certainly worth it. Fortunately, not able to kill Thompson. He did still let him get the water rune up. Prowl maybe a little frustrated by that. It does ping it. Moonmander got a stack off, didn't get the water rune,
Oh,
maybe,
no.
but he couldn't do both. That's for sure. And there's the skewer back on Saberlight.
I mean, they knew that they had this opening on side of OG. He
Yeah.
knew that Moonmeander went mid, died. Then, of course, probably wants to return back to the mid lane to refill that bottle. So they really took advantage of it, put a lot of pressure.
Yeah, but he got away with it. He's gotten 2 points of his passive Kraken Shell. His last hits are still good. He's close to where Sumail is. So if they would have gotten that Thompson kill, we'd be praising their graces, right?
Praise the moon, you know. Good.
I can say.
I thought that small elven child was here in the very room. Taking a lot of harassment around with the double decay, though.
Levels. Yeah, side lane Death Prophet's pretty 5 movement speed. How do you beat it? It's like faster than. It's like he's got boots advantage already, and he just regen trades with Spirit Siphon. It's on cooldown for now, but like rough one. Dubu does put some good heals down. Tomato being fought again, has to wait for him.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, Sox and low. Tomato getting low.
I'm really worried about you.
Trading, a lot of trading. Well, that hurts Tomato.
Take that.
He has to spend mana to do this more
你这么
switching
菜，你的
or
队友不会
play
生
lower
气吧，
for
哥
now.
哥？
Either option doesn't.
Feels really bad when you look at the CS currently. 12 and 4 on the Morphling,
Wow.
and then you look over at the Magnus. 20.
Yep.
I mean, it is a Magnus to be fair, but
It's again they're being punished for what they tried with the mutation. The fact that they didn't kill Thompson cost them just.
Yeah, no.
He's out of the lane. That gets tied a little bit underfarmed. Thompson
Dire's
doesn't die, and that
structures
doesn't
are
end up worth it.
ooh, the arrow though from Moonmeander. Not dying at the bottom lane to Seb though, a bit of a
这么菜，你的队友
disaster.
不会
Doesn't
生气吧，
really
哥
matter so much if
哥？
No Tail falls, but he's not even going to fall this time around.
I'm really worried
Ooh,
about
it's getting dove here. Throws out that soul rip, but they have the Spirit Siphon. He's trapped with the creeps. He's trapped with Soxa. He's trying, but he's not gonna survive it. Undying, not living up to his name. As Tomato is indeed back. Soxa sitting a bit low. Have to walk away. And Jen.
Don't suck.
Smart money.
Well, he didn't play bad, but unfortunate for him. He jukes to the right, then he gets trapped in, so he's taking full creep damage, full heroes. He got a great double decay, but it was not enough to keep him alive. No Tail now zoning Moon for the easy arrow target. This is actually very costly. He's gonna have to go heal now.
Shane?
Oh. Okay, Soxa just deciding to suicide over to tower. Makes sense. He wants to get back to full health.
I'm really excited to see Soxa play. Historically excellent on the hero. He can land, get good. See now. Now they're punching No-Tail finally. They're sick of him messing around in here.
Stay together.
And that actually solves Moon's regen problem. Just get a kill and you get an earn charge.
There you go. That easy.
Brings the Sentry Ward because obviously he's there for a purpose and yet instantly.
For the hunt.
Nicely done for Undying. Cover that, leaves the bounty room. Wow.
Tomato's just having such a terrible time in this one. My god, 18 and 8 yes to 44 and 4 on Smale.
That is a huge difference. I'm like looking at it. I'm like,
Cookie up onto Saber Light. The Skewer back underneath tower. Does have the Ravage. Oh, the arrow though coming and does manage to go and land on Grandma. Scattered loud. They go for the Ravage. They'll be able to collect. But now they don't have Ravage.
It's okay. He got a kill. Absolutely worth it,
Radiant's
genuinely.
middle tower
He just
is
got
under
it.
attack.
He used it. He got a kill. That kind of advantage is good. He's going to pull these creeps together and continue farming. He's getting a second earn charge as well. Like, he's not too upset about this. When you talked about it, lamented about Tomato's last hits earlier, I was like, it's not that bad compared to Death Prophet, but you're right. Like, that difference between him and Sumail is big. Arrow lands top. Actually, Moon gets a solo kill.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
You can just land arrows. Yeah, it turns out
You can just beat that. Good.
Wow. What a huge kill there. 44 last hits and 1 death. That was so good. How much gold did he get? 321. Almost level 5 now, too.
And we were 1 off from the B number. Give the exorcist up by trying to make some moves going under the tower. Again, being able to take control of that area is going to make very, very spooky and restrict movement for the side of Undying if they don't bottom lane.
Carl's doing pretty good here. Thompson is ahead though. In that earlier kill, there's 700 gold. He's very happy. Level 8, almost got his blink. But Brawl gonna be looking around. Does end up finding Sumail in the jungle. Not gonna be able to kill him. Way too much raw HP now.
Both tanky boys. No-Tail though is getting slapped around a little bit here by Saber Light. The creep right in his way. Ryle coming forward. Cookie Hop. Avalanche doesn't quite connect here. I think this is still a dead No-Tail. It's gonna take a little bit, but it'll be enough time though for Seth to make his way top. He's got the Spirit Siphon. Doesn't have anything to cancel out these BPs though, so pops the Ghost. Not gonna be able to get much done with them.
Yeah, very hopeful.
Lose together, win together, slay together, slay together, slay together.
And instantly Saberlight goes to the mid. So rid of Brawl head. Also TP mid, it looks
Radiant's top
like.
tower
Creep
is under
stacks
attack.
his camps. Seth will get a little bit of damage on the tower, but really not much. Used to his ulti quite a lot. Or some TPs.
Thompson revealing he has
Radiant's
picked
top
up
tower
that
is
blink.
under attack.
Pressure on Hyde for now. So this is Hood coming. It is. Okay, so Hood finish on
Dire's
Saberlight
bottom
now.
tower is under attack.
Once the HP gets a bit higher, he's going to feel pretty confident to slow down this push mid lane.
Nice stacks going on over here, so.
Tide finishes doesn't have Morphling finish options. I don't know. He's got an item coming.
Tomato really wants to be.
Yeah, it is
He's
time.
so behind.
He just got his Morphling mask. He actually already got a Possessed mask, so pretty happy with it over here. Now we're
Radiant's
still a little
bottom
low, but this is
tower
not
is
that
under
uncommon
attack.
for Morphling.
While, but Sox on the back lines here. Dubu's here. 3 versus 2 currently. Good cause. Commander going to leap. They get the stun off. Silence the follow. You know. Light goes in from the Ravage. Lands over on 2. Should be able to get the kill off on Fox. They're joining in. They have the Moonlight Shadow. If detection is the next question. It does not look to be the case. Step next to fall. Thompson blinking back towards the tower area.
Radiant structures
Nicely
are
done.
fortified.
Looked like that Prophet was going to be able to survive with the
Radiant's
treads and the
bottom
Falcon Blade.
tower is under
Huge
attack.
amount of raw stats, but it was just enough once Moon Meander jumped back in. And he's getting
这么菜
real
的队友，这
close
么菜的队友不会
to
生
a Spirit
气吧？
Vessel.
真
He's
的是。
700 gold away as a 4. This is quite early, and it is the item against Death Prophet. Don't let her Spirit Siphon again. Saberlight bottom.
Saber Light pops that hood that he just freshly picked up. Now doing a little bit of hunting, Thompson with the right idea of where it is. The skewer forward, the woods, trying to just juke through, trying to break the ankles. There's too many bodies. No mana left over here on Sumail. Thompson sitting a little low, but doesn't matter. Soxa getting the kill. And the pressure will now be placed over on the mid tower coming out from Undying. Now that they're aware there are that many heroes.
A little greedy by Sumail not having RP in that engagement, actually. He just didn't skill it. One at the other farm, but it worked out. It's one of the skills you just expect him to have, but instead works out a bit. Pressure in the tombstone here. A lot of zombies. Well, these zombies are cool. Got little armor
Radiant's
things.
bottom tower has fallen.
I believe those are called chains.
Dire's top
have-
tower
Is it
is
bondage?
under attack.
Yes, yes it is.
They had fun hats. Got great.
Just
great
imagining zombies. Oh, nice there.
Radiant's bottom
We'll
tower
end
is
up
under attack.
missing the hook shot, Soxa. Usually pretty on point with the.
A lot of rocket.
Yeah, they do actually. Team Rocket.
Gyrocopter.
Your Pokemon thing is
Clockwork,
happening.
Tinker. Who else says rocket?
Do we count a Dagon as a rocket?
Lasers.
All right.
Projectile-based explosion.
Okay. Techies.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Cookie,
attack.
huh? Moonmeander already in position though. For life, front and forward does not have that ravage.
Radiant
The Exorcist has
structures are
been used.
fortified.
Thompson getting into position here so he can throw out the nukes if necessary. They use the
That's
fortification.
surrounded by trees. They can't even see if they didn't approach, but it would have been good.
Thompson's holding Tomato in place here. Very nicely done by No Tail. Popping the cookie, all right, into his mouth there.
I've never seen a grandma with such a good throwing a cookie up a hill through trees. She still landed directly in Clockwork's mouth. That's like an anime moment that's like super unrealistic, and we just saw it live on stream. Got a real good arm.
It's like, what is it, Spider-Man, how when you see Aunt May and she's not the old lady from the comics, and you're just like, yeah, some aunts can be young. Maybe this is a young granny. Great.
Aunt, and she's the same age as your parent. That old.
I thought we were gonna go in a weirder direction. I was like, Perch, please. This is the official TI
I would
stream.
never say something uncouth.
Smoke coming into play here on Undying. They are on the hunt. They do manage to find themselves a Soxa. That is one little robot who is not going to be on the map.
Yeah, it's kind of the goal though, right? He front lines a little bit, protects Seb as a result. Needs to buy time for Seb to get BKB. Once he's got that, he's going to be feeling a lot better. Just so much burst damage. He hits creeps for now, and despite OG being ahead, that's like a rare moment where they do want to play
Dire's
safe.
top tower is under attack.
Once again, there's the tomb.
Radiant's bottom
Placed
tower
down.
is under
Thompson
attack.
blinks right. This is a little dangerous.
Oh, they got the round. There's three surrounding. Like Silence lands. They have vision. They have the dust. Brile hiding over in the corner. Saberlight says, please don't block me in. They drift down the tombstone. All 5 of OG responding to that push. Arrow does connect over on the No Tail. Thompson. Oh, he is a
Dire's
very,
middle
very
tower
dead.
is under attack.
Fox is back in action. Dubu next to fall. Cookie kisses coming hot.
The perfect Nigma line. I'm not sure if this was a smart move, but I take it. It's never going to get better than right there, guys. Little YOLO, but
Dire's middle tower
they
is
got a
under
kill
attack.
out of it, and now they're just going to get a tier 1
Radiant's
tower
top
without
tower
using
is under
exorcism.
attack.
Really? Great job, Thompson. Arrow gets dodged, towers
Radiant's
Tower.
top tower
In
is fallen.
position though, Saberlight
Dire's middle
silence.
tower
almost
has
ravaged. He
fallen.
saw it go out.
Soxa again, being the little space maker that he is. Takes that spirit vessel on the ship. It's getting chased. There's the toss up with the Marana cat lady through the air, and there is the final hit.
Stay together.
Nicely done. Toss him in for that last Starstorm kill. And Sumail, man, he's so tanky. 2,200 HP at 15 minutes. He's got his Blink Dagger finish. His net worth is, a firm 3,000 gold over the enemy carries. That is why he's a safe boy. Safe Rhino center.
The Lord's lad.
Smart money.
Say. Dump truck lunchbox is now being ganked though by Undying. Arrow perfectly set up, and all of a sudden, not looking so sturdy when you have that many heroes on your booty. Top lane again, Saberlight. They really want this tower. Zeb goes to the exorcism. They'll use the Ravage. Fox over on the side. They could use maybe a little bit more help. That silence, though. Arrow's not going to connect. No tail collapsing over on the side again. Lasers being thrown out by
Dyer's top
Thompson.
tower is under
He'll
attack.
get Saberlight. Can they grab anyone else? That was the question. These rockets are chasing after Dubu.
Almost.
I know, right? It's catchy. It's musical.
Incoming!
Arrow, not gonna make it mark, but managed to get some more rockets being tossed out over. Ryle trying to make a play here. Can they burst down Thompson? Yeah, they'll be able to find it. The follow-up from Saksa. They're going for the RP. They want to get rid of Moon Meander. They want to get rid of Tomato, who's also over in the vicinity. He is silenced currently. They do not have the Tinker.
It was unfortunate. Magnus goes for the shockwave after the RP there, and it moves. Moon Meander pushes him into cogs and pushes him to the left, and as a result, the skewer wasn't going to hit anymore. So a bit of an unfortunate combo there. But it looked good for OG. Initially,
Dyer's
Seth
structures
committing the
are
ultimate,
fortified.
dropping the Spirit Siphon on
Dyer's top
the
tower
Tide,
is under
made
attack.
their fight look okay, but Thompson getting tossed back before Avalanche. He was just a little too out of position
Dyer's
there,
top tower
and
has
Undying wins the
fallen.
fight. So despite a small gold advantage for OG, Undying definitely still fighting well.
More balance in the first game, though.
That
You
is
love to
great.
see it.
And as a whole, Undying playing a lot better than the other day when we caught casting.
Dyer's top tower is
looked
under
pretty
attack.
solid the whole time, but they're looking cleaner as
Radiant's
the days go
middle
on.
tower
They look
is
really
under
solid
attack.
here. Yeah, OG trounced them the previous match, but that was like more OG playing sicko good than anything.
That's safe to even say that. Hook shot in
Yeah.
over on Dubu. Arrow connecting over, but not going to be able to save. He has more right over on the Tiny, but doesn't matter. Slapsa will still fall. No tail down. No longer has anything to kind of save him, move him out quickly. So he's probably going to be the next to go down, and it's going to be Tomato with the double kill.
Radiant's bottom tower
Good to get
is under
Morphling
attack.
into the action finally. He's now hit second now, slightly higher than Tinker. He's had plenty of time to catch up, and when you can just swing in and grab these kills as desired, that's how you catch up. Almost Manta on him. That'll be really effective. He can basically remove laser from Tinker if he ever goes on him.
Look at the win rate right now. Very even. Oh, getting even more even.
Yeah, Tinker lasered that creep in the game. I was like, you know what? I didn't like that laser. Not the best choice.
Go invisibility.
What was that that AI that you could hook up to your account, and it was always like, you were not efficient enough?
Yeah,
What
believe
that
it or
was.
not, I didn't go for that one.
I was
Doesn't sound
curious.
fun.
I was curious, but it never said anything nice. Very mean.
Great job at 2,000 MMR. That's not how you get better.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Robot works. That's how you get better. Duh. Death Prophet's BKB is ready to go. Tail playing with Dalian still. Sox has died a decent amount of time. Feels like he's playing more of a 5 than a 4. Rough for him, but hey, gotta go in.
Play over on Undying. Light front. Oh, hiding in the tree.
Start.
This is greedy, I
We'll
believe.
see. Can OG
Very greedy. All it takes is one rocket. They know.
I mean, they did use Flesh Golem. That's the biggest loss right now if this fight doesn't happen. A lot of HP on Undying, a lot of damage amp on Roche.
Fox to try and wait for the goal. They don't have the vision on him currently. Dubu dropping the tombstone. That's just gonna back off. Not gonna be able to back off though when Ryle jumps in like that. Okay, no, it's fine.
That one
Gonna
was hard
walk
though.
away?
He wanted to toss back Death Prophet for sure, but there was a zombie there and he would have very possibly just tossed that instead, so did the right choice.
Look out,
Just disengage. Nobody dies. Sumail messed up as well though. Wasn't able to quite pull Undying close enough to skewer back. Maybe that was Dubu playing well, feeling it, but they keep vision of Roche and that just kind of for now. Almost mech on
Dyer's
Moonmeander.
top
He's doing
tower
great
is
still.
under attack.
About 400 gold to go. We're gonna have a mech on Marana, Solar Crest. Undying's gonna have a fast Holy Locket to heal his teammates, keep everybody alive. Saberlight's just gonna pressure the front, but he's gotta be a bit careful. Missile damage is pretty reduced, but the laser stuff is scarier.
Shadow getting dropped. They have 2 sentry wards up on the cliff?
Yeah, they needed an easy way to get vision again, because they figured there was a there, so.
Okay.
Just better that than like wait 20 seconds.
The instant reveal, but the follow-up from Sumail as he gets the RP, pushes them right back into a nice silence coming out as well. They're trying to control them. Looks like they might be able to get enough damage along the ball, but that instant the laser comes through. Thompson gets the kill. Dubu now being chased down by all of the ghosts. He'll be the next one to fall as the rest of Undying backing off. Arrow does connect over onto the Death Prophet, but they have this exorcism. There's a Roshan ready for the taking, and there's no AoE control other than the Tide Hunter, so they're going to take the risk.
A little scary though. They don't have the best tanks, frankly, and I think they're gonna have to back here. I mean, Sumail hit it pretty much as fast as possible, and it was a great RP by him, pulled him into his teammates. But yeah,
That
good.
replay here. Grandma puts down the ward. Surprise!
But a great skewer back after the RP. Title up all the cogs by Sox as well. No easy retreat path. Tide's gonna end up getting away as a result. Sox a little pressure. Dubu gets up. Gotta kill all those nice employees of Undying and their free hats.
You really like their hats. I'm not noticing the hats.
Golden, cool.
I'm not noticing the hats. Saxa with the shot forward. Saberlight though going in with the rapid, beautiful play here. Coming out from the side of Undying. They take out Saxa and Seb. And all the tips for Seb.
Yeah, doesn't get his BKB off, that's the big thing. But it's hard when Tide's directly on top. You give him no and a weakness there, boom. He gets ravaged, there's damage follow-up, and there's not much to be done to keep safe. Thompson has finished his Ags, by the way, so he can mess around with his opponents, but he's got to be careful. There you go.
Roshan has fallen to the ring.
Gotta keep this tiny, living up to his name here. Toss him into the air, another laser. Everyone's shrinking, they're getting real tiny. And Saberlight here is going to need some of that healing from Dubu. No tail sitting very low as well. The skewer back over on to Dubu with that BKB. It's fresh. He wants the kill, he wants Dubu. So they'll be able to find it. Another shrink coming out over onto Meander. Meander, oh, he gets stuck up on the cliff and they get the kill.
Really good fight by OG. Once again, Sumail just doing the good skewer stuff. He had some misses the first early part of the game, but these last couple have been just huge. He doesn't let Undying retreat together. He keeps pulling them back out of position. This is the scary thing about playing versus Magnus, but the other scary thing is that Sumail just farms fast normally on any hero he plays, right? But now it's like you have this great gap closer. You can pull them out of position. You're tanky, you do damage. He doesn't have to rely as much on comboing with teammates because he is a carry instead of just like an offlaner. So it's like, there's just more opportunities, right? Wherever he is, there's a threat. And he can pull them out of position while farming. Thompson goes next. Just got a delivery. It says Aether Lens. Some more cast range on his laser and other spells. Laser cast range is here. It's got to be like 1,000 units. Looking really scary.
你这么菜，你这么菜的队友不会生气吧，哥哥？
Tidehunter wants an Ags. Morphling gonna go Satanic. After this Aegis here. Why?
I better not fall off.
Choice. Gonna have some laser problems though.
Now toss up and
That's one way to
and
catch you.
that's the tips now.
Slay together.
Almost got his Ags. In fact, he does have the money. Because the item I was expecting him to get. Gets multiple rounds of his skills. So he can initiate Cog, and then go initiate on somebody else as well. It'll make it easier for him to escape. To stay alive, but he's saving buyback money. He doesn't want to buy out just yet.
Definitely the smart play. Looks like Tomato has completed a Satanic. Allow him live even longer. That Aegis as well. Meander consistently coming back over. Wants to get some idea on vision, but Fox are waiting for him. The Shrinker coming in. We're at the laser. They're gonna just start chasing after them. Sumail getting in position, just silence. Getting tossed out. Tomato though turning himself into own version of the Magnus.
It's really good. I mean, he's giving himself empowered. He just turns in, gets empowered. 63% damage increase, and with his high base damage, let's do some math. It's giving him 130 damage. That's really good. It's like almost half a rapier.
Sumail again, the skewer back underneath the tower, trying to control him, trying to just no. All right, that arrow comes in. They'll follow up with the exorcism. The silence being used over on the board. They need enough burst damage. I'm not sure they're going to be able to get it because he's He's just gonna try to run. Oh, okay, that's going to be the Aegis on deck. Waiting patiently. Saberlight can jump in if needed, but they have their BKB, so there's not much that he can do. Long range fire kisses here. Sumail just clicking away over here. Toronto, Thompson, they follow up the arrow. Can they get the kill? Yes, they will. They'll take down Sumail. Tatsu trying to get this control, but just not being able to find the units to get this slow over onto Ryle. You've got Thompson. He sees Moon Meander. He needs a little bit more damage to finish him off. Moon Meander trying to hide the dream. Not going to be able to do the time out. Barely able to get away. As Ryle has been left behind. The rest of OG will clean up.
They got him eventually. They've got a lot of ways to damage Morphling. I thought he was screwed when he popped Satanic, honestly. It looked really scary to me because at that point he's got so much strength his damage is low, but it was enough to keep his health the same, and that bought time for them to jump in and blow up Sumail after he committed for that kill. So either way, with all that effort there, OG eventually cleans things up. The more time that goes on, the more time Tinker has to teleport home, then teleport back again. And now that he's over level 18, he can teleport on his allies every single time. So refills his mana, shows back up at the fight, and every single time he's lowering max HP. And against somebody like Morphling, it's really effective when you start strength.
Replay going on over here. You can see how everything kind of starts to unfold. Damage on top that Aegis first time around.
Jumps forward, goes for the RP, keeps him locked. That's going to lower his HP a huge amount, but gets away from him off due to the S and Y. The help block. Here's that Satanic, where he's keeping his HP about even. But Thompson's mana's gone, and he has to TP back at this moment. This is where it looked okay for OG, but it just felt like there was no follow-up. But here's where Tinker comes back, jumping back in. He's going to dive for the low HP heroes. He gets Moon Meander. He's going to secure that kill. Back in the live game, though, we get a Ravage. It doesn't catch anybody.
No.
He tried to get Thompson.
Saberlight is now in for a world of hurt.
Cast
That
upon
one
the
hurts.
tide.
His team was in there.
Hookshot?
Oh, random hookshot.
Random hookshot? On the two, what are the odds? Saksa now just cutting through the tree lines. Thompson making sure that he has no escape rounds on Ryle. The shot up over the corner here. BKB comes down to get the kill over on Thompson. The family's here. He's got the RP over onto 3. Do they have the damage? Though is the question. Again, they do the take down Debu. They need to control even more. Tomato trying to fight those long range snapfire kisses coming in hot. They'll back off over on the side of OG. But they managed to find themselves a couple kills in exchange for Thompson.
Slightly random hookshot. They didn't have an observer ward in the area, but I don't know how soon they went invis before the hookshot, but either way, great time for OG to force that fight. If he doesn't land that hookshot, it just ends up being a wasted Ravage. The downside though, Thompson does die in that fight. That's Tomato getting the kill, almost 600 gold in his pocket for that one, and that's an ultimate orb and a little bit of gold towards his Scotty. Just going to make him harder to kill, better disable. Still has to deal with the laser problem a little bit, but for now he's pretty happy with where he's going. Pressuring this tower in the mean way.
Dire's bottom tower
Sumail was
is
looking
under
for the opening,
attack.
does have the double damage. Hookshot not quite on the mark. Sumail looking to catch,
Radiant's
but
top tower is under attack.
doesn't quite have it.
Dire's
Just
middle
back off
tower
and
is
happily
under
clear
attack.
dead.
Soxa's gonna have to go in. So a small brief period. Play OG aggression. Magnus a little below as well, but his Satanic's finished queuing up a Daedalus next. Just kidding, ends up buying a shard. Wants the extra disable because he's sick of having these like slightly hard to execute blink things. Just gonna blink horn toss, skewer somebody back. Be more reliable now. And it's not right for Sumail to make mistakes like this. He's been missing a couple, but it's not like catastrophic mistakes, it's just like small lost opportunities that were sort of gimmies if he land.
Again, it is TI. The nerves are high, and sometimes, you know, you make mistakes.
They cross the map once again.
They look. There's.
Field frenzy. I love that the ball like rolls.
Did not see that. It was up on the screen here. It was Tomato and Sumail. They both look kind of like grade schoolers or like high schoolers.
Okay.
What have we here?
Because he's clean.
Oh, yes.
Rough. They have baby faces.
Look out for fallen rock.
He does look like hamster. 100% correct. Very dangerous
Love the
apparently for
hamster.
hamsters.
Love
They
the
recommend not putting them
An
in.
easy
Oh, really?
shot.
It's too much fun. They get excited and die.
No, but Okay,
that's
that's not how fun works, Purge.
where that's going. A lot of people died from having too much fun.
I guess. Smoke. Play.
Radiant's
I
bottom
think with their
tower
rocket.
is under attack.
Rest are smoke. Are they gonna
Oh, they know exactly what is on their way. Immediately throwing out the lasers. Mel, the follow-up with the Scravage. BKB being popped on set. They're going to do as much damage as they can here. 2 Saber Lights. Looking like they're not going to be able to do quite enough. Maybe one more hit. All right, there it is. Mel going forward. All those long-range kisses again. Making chaos. Duke is sitting a little low. We're through the soul room. They go in. They get the RP off. Sumail just wailing away over here on the side. But these fights are completely split. They managed to get Thompson going to buy back immediately. Wants to be a part of this fight. Tomato turning himself into his own version of the map. Chasing after Brian. They've got so many heals. Is it going to be enough now? Brian will fall. Duke is hiding in the tree line. They don't have any way to cancel the TV, but they don't have to because they can just murder him.
Great pressure. Cost him a buyback, but ultimately went okay
Radiant's
for
bottom
OG there.
tower is under attack.
Okay, he gets it.
Dyer's courier has been
Not the
killed.
worst thing. It's words and a
A little book.
but no,
Every
that's
need.
time that you don't have it. It's not official.
Radiant's bottom tower
It's all
has
good.
fallen.
But OG dying on no, Thompson, sorry. It was a great arrow from Moonmeter. Caught him while he was trying to TP out. Sumail pressuring tower, by the way. A little scary. Spirit Vessel. But most importantly, the Ravage just ended up being a little bit mediocre. He had to blink aggressively, and he didn't really know where OG was. And by the time he jumps in there, there's a BKB going. Brawl does the toss forward. They end up blowing him up with Tomato jumping in aggressively. But at this point, they just kind of ran down Brawl, realizing that he was a little vulnerable. Almost got his blink off there. But
Double damage.
able to clean that up. They got Dubu as well. Thompson instantly going as well if he could find. That was about it for the kill.
Yeah, there's a stain coming out from Dubu. Oh dear, it's Dean Tomato.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Jags value for Clockwork there. Hook shots in. Follows it up with the power cog push. Then he hook shots again. It's like 5 seconds of stun here. Hook shot range. Very powerful.
Powerful indeed.
not
That
see the
is
word
a dead Tomato for about a minute. Now having that double damage is just about to wear off.
你这么
Grab a
这么
rocket,
菜的
get the
队友会
vision.
生气
Now it's going to
吧？
run on in, clear up this creep wave. Land the arrow, but a
Radiant's
lot of people
bottom
nearby
tower
ready
is
to
under
protect
attack.
them if need be. Don't have creeps in the base, so technically they are backdooring. Creeps are on their way. Thompson going to continuously just try to give vision, try to spam out. Got the little
Radiant's
clockwork, of course,
bottom
also
tower is
throwing
under
out
attack.
any sort of vision, getting into position.
The status resistance is really dangerous, giving him damage block status resistance, so if they do want to go in, they gotta make sure this isn't on
Radiant's
Sumail when they
bottom
jump.
tower has fallen.
Satanic on the creeps, okay, now he's full again. They're just gonna take the tower and reset. It's a little dangerous to keep going here. Morphling's almost up, so not want to get caught. Almost a hex
Oh,
ticker
they
too.
want
Lose together, win
Roche.
together, slay together, slay together.
Tomato is going to be
slay
up
together.
in about 4 seconds. Brian wandering.
I think OG just wants the shard, so it'd be good for a guy in the end.
What are they? Are they going to leave the Aegis again?
They want the
So-
gold, they want the shard. The Aegis deserves. It's supposed to be in the
Radiant's
pit, guys.
middle
Everyone
tower
knows
is
that.
under attack.
Is that gonna slow things down for Shivas? Get some vision, some
Roshan
space.
has fallen into the tower.
Anytime they pick up the Aegis, Thompson. Oh, the arrow though.
Nah, it doesn't matter.
Not the worst target though. Obviously, he is the one that's going to probably just come right back. And they dropped the tombstone. A little surprised about this. With the hook shot over to the back lines, but there it is. There's the Ravage from Saberlight. BKB's though coming out immediately, dragging back the Tidehunter. They need to get a little bit of vision here. No doubt, just standing on top, chewing through that tombstone. Thompson. Another gush, another arrow. This time landing over on Seb. I don't think Brian wants to move in on this.
The Ravage was kind of good because it did catch a lot of heroes, but it wasn't like the most crucial. Like after it landed, I was like, you know, that wasn't too bad for Sumail to save BKB.
They're going right into the heart of everyone. Nice hook shot from Plaza, pushing back again. Sumail, Cookie hopping forward, finds himself. Duber wants to make sure that they can continue to go and put out all the heal, but don't turn his attention back over to Brile. Again, these heals very, very strong. Aegis does indeed pop though on the back line of things. They're slowly chasing. They're sitting a bit low. They've got plenty of lasers and rockets and everything. So eventually they get Brile. Brile is coming right back up again, but the score back over here on the Saberlight. They have so much Duke. Cookie hop forward coming out. Can Sumail finish him off? Can't quite find them. We're on the site. It's actually going to survive.
there are way too many zombie workers.
Oh my gosh.
You see how many were on Death Prophet? Like, this has been happening consistently. Tombstone is a major problem for OG, actually. Dubu's been placing them in solid spots consistently, and they go to slap the damn thing, but it takes so many hits. He throws the Soul Rip. They just don't have, like, this is like the one negative of a carry Magnus, actually. It's like he scales pretty well as a carry, but he doesn't scale crazy in attack speed, and it's costing them because they can't just have somebody commit to killing the tomb.
Gonna be the hook shot after. Okay, Dubu's just dead, so now they don't have to worry about any healing coming out from that. The illusion rune, Thompson blinking over to the high ground, looking over and over on Sox, still trying to buy a bit more space. And Sox coming out will separate a bit. Again, the gush coming from Saberlight. They follow up with the Snapfire. Kisses just trying to put any damage that they can. Thompson following through here. They have the Hex. Need maybe one more hit. They'll find it on No Tail.
Nicely done. They're keeping the pressure up. Tinker's alive, but that's about it. And they've got a Guardian Grease if needed. Heal the team. Moonrander's going to go back to the fountain, resetting here. Ag's Tide is ready to go. This is making it really hard for OG to escape when they get in some trouble. They've done a great job. They bought some time there for Clockwork, but they used a lot of resources, and I can't help but think now, maybe just let him die. Mortimer's kisses, Ag's, Force Staffs, everything, but so goes down. So tier 2 falls, and now Undying getting some much needed space in this game. They really are playing great.
I mean, I think this was a bit of a surprise for a lot of people. Undying, you know, again, we over in North America, we're having a little trouble with finding sponsors for our teams and not getting maybe as much respect as we used to have, unless you are EG or Quincy Crew. But Undying definitely proving that they deserve to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe they'll rework DPC allocation slot.
I don't know about that. Then we're gonna have our Kosh Gaming.
We definitely can't have that. All right,
No,
lock
we
it down.
can't.
Lock it down. Can't let that happen. Sumail's got Daedalus picked up now, so his damage is looking real. Ninja Gear will help too. 24 agility normally, I'd say. Kind of mediocre, but hey, movement speed on Magnus here is going to feel good, as is the extra attack speed from agility. Better to deal with the tombs.
It also just allows him to position himself in safer spaces. See right now, Seb's just clearing creep wave, Emil hiding on the side. Anyone else is the double damage rune available, but not currently. Running down this area, most likely Undying will be able to find that, pick it up.
Broyle's got his bottle ready. He would love this 300 damage rune. Pretty good. Are they gonna check? They can see the bot rune's not there. They should be able to figure that. In the meantime, Dubu looking to break a smoke here. Observer ward and
they don't value the rune.
I gotta say, Moon's been landing a lot of arrows without disable fed. It's been both teams been looking to fight.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Radiant 25 too, so some damage bonus or disable duration on his horizon here.
Low ground. A rap play. Oh, huh? They're like going onto the back line, trying to just blow up the supports, and my god, they do. They take out No Tail so quickly. Be able to follow up with that. Buybacks are coming out faster. They want to be a part of this. Lasers are being combat. Mana's just man fighting with Sumail. Sumail's totally all alone. This does not look good for him as he just gets ripped apart by Tomato. Bryle trying to find more clearance. Cookie forward. Another side. There's all these ghostly ladies. They get the kill on Thompson. They're chasing after Moon Meander. Can they get the kill? They will not be able to accept. He dies back.
What a fight for Undying there. The smoke
he had
break.
a BKB.
I mean, smoke broke kind of funky there. Oh, Seb did? Oh no.
Oh no.
I mean, he was. It's okay. He probably wasn't going to survive anyways, frankly, but you know, it would have helped a little. The important thing was that the fight started kind of wacky. It was basically Saberlight kind of deep. He blinked super far to the back line. They had that great observer ward as well that they'd placed earlier. That gave them the vision that they needed to feel confident starting that fight. If not for that ward, Saberlight doesn't hit the back lane at the same time as Tiny. That was two heroes together as well. Killed them both.
Saxa just doing whatever he can to delay this push. But all the teleports are coming. This is one lonely little robot in the world of hurt. Another kill for Bryle. Does buy a little bit of time though.
He had to do that without a doubt. You've got your
The
other two
replay
cores
here.
dead. Blink to the back, tosses them together. That's Death
Perfect.
Prophet and Snapfire. And then they get to play the rest of the fight. Sumail's
Dyer's
fighting
middle
Tomato.
tower
Tomato's
is under
totally cool
attack.
with that. His overall DPS is great. He has Satanic. Sumail's got Satanic too, but look at that. He's going to get him on the solo kill. That was huge. Tomato gets his
Dyer's
1v1
middle
kill.
tower has
He's just a
fallen.
better carry. Mechanically,
Dyer's middle
at that point,
barracks are
Thompson's being
under
ran up by
attack.
like 3 heroes. They bought back some heroes to try to fight this successfully,
Dyer's
but
middle
it was
barracks.
hard. And
Yeah, Death Prophet, they had that BKB. Did not choose to use it.
it was just, the fight wasn't likely going to go well. Thompson
True.
chose not to buy back then. He just buys back now in the live game, knowing like, he's like, this fight's over. Like, Sumail gets solo killed. He doesn't have buyback. There's no way they buy back there and try to save Seb. They just have to eat their disadvantage, and it ended up only being 1 Rax due to the great delay play that Soxa won.
Dying, sitting real nice. This has been a very neck and neck game. Look at this roller coaster.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Oh my god. The dangerous roller coaster. You're going off the top of that one.
Don't call them the underdogs, but
I mean, this game's in their hands right now. They can win it. Tide's got a refresher.
arrow tossed out, lands on Sumail.
Don't know who it is though.
No, they don't, but they'll go. They'll drop the tombstone. Kind of have some hats. Those
See?
are hats, or
See?
those are hats, though. Maybe those are just their skulls. Get the push back here. That's a dead Tiny. Seth chasing after Saberlight and Dubu. He's got those ghosts going. No tail tossing out the Snapfire kisses, but they're running away too quickly. He's not going to be able to do enough damage with these, if any at all. Tomato turns around. He's just going to fight Smith. Okay, they have the Chief Suit. They fall for the Ravage over on the spot. Human fights going on. Another Ravage coming out from Saberlight. They want to get this kill. Seth goes down. Sumail still fighting with Dubu here. Needs to get maybe just a little bit more damage. Just managed to go to the low ground. Checking out the Undying. They'll find the kill there. No tail coming back in, but oh, Saberlight is able to just teleport away.
The prize is mine.
They want more though. Moonmeander running for his life. Thompson looking for him. He's got the Glimmer Cape though. They don't have the vision. Gonna be able to hide over into the corner. Sumail, they want this kill. They want to kill this cat lady. Where is he? Moonmeander? He's playing them like a fiddle.
Great arrow there. That was the guy he needed to hit.
Dyer's
If
middle
that's
tower
not
is
Thompson
under
Eddie
attack.
arrows, then Thompson's chasing and probably stealing the gems. So good escape. Little bit of a rough fight though. The Ravage started off pretty good,
Dyer's top
catching a lot of
tower
OG
is under
members. The
attack.
follow-up one was delayed. He wasn't quite sure whether to use it. He did eventually, but the main issue is that Tomato died before the second Ravage hit. So Thompson was able to gap close and pick up Tomato. And now that they've chased him all the way to the base of those kills, they get the Aegis. They get
Dyer's
the
middle
cheese.
tower is under
What
attack.
else did they get? Any Ags or something?
Yeah, let's get the refresher card.
Let's go
Who do
tonight.
you think?
Guy with the team fight ultimate is 80% bonus damage from power right now. Very powerful stuff.
Flare.
But yeah, 2 RPs, BKBs, 2 Tanics, that's good stuff. Good place for Undying still generally. The big advantage that OG got there was skewering in Tiny into the base, and then just chain hex.
You're dead.
Man, some of these voice lines are really making me get annoyed with my coworkers.
OG likes the loud breath.
Do it
Yeah.
with flare.
Made a mistake.
Haste.
Great. Pairing over on the side of Undying to defend yet again. Again, they have the Aegis over on Tinker. You've got Chi on the Death Prophet. Looks like they've moved the Shard over too. It's about making sure that Seth can stay alive.
It's kind of a cool one, honestly. I mean, feared for 2 seconds after his 4-second siphon. Very good against like Morphling, even like Undying or something. It's just gonna help. You might think at first like, oh, it's bad, they're gonna run away from you, but they're already gonna be running away from you, so it's really not
There
that
are
big of a deal.
ghost ladies running at
Yeah,
you.
and the extra charge is not too
All right,
bad.
they smoke up over on the side of OG. Correct angle. Waiting for someone to step a little bit too close. The vision using the rockets.
It's got to be Soxa or Sumail going in first. Try not to show. Sumail will have to eventually.
你这么
And that's
菜
gonna
的，
get
这么
them
菜的
to
队友不
organize
生气吧，哥哥？
positioning. Buybacks are available. Tide's ready to go, but is a Tide without really ravages? He is when he has.
Zeb popping the first exorcism, just face. Trying to get them to come forward out of their base a bit, reveal themselves.
Hard thing about their lineup, like I said, it's either Magnus or Clock that have to go. So who's like your tower sieger? The reality is that they need to like pull somebody out and kill them, and that's pretty tough for OG to do right now.
Slay together, slay together, slay together.
So they're gonna back up. Don't really find the angle. Exorcism is down. It's just not worth fighting. They pass the shard to Death Prophet in case he wants to use it later. So Magnus is like, I like my items. They are useful.
Minutes left on this Aegis.
Don't worry,
The
Mortimer.
overwhelming blink
Absently.
completed now for that is
Okay.
did get nerfed a little bit from what I understand, but still very good.
Bounty.
It's still about the same, honestly. It basically does like 50% less damage. I'm sorry, it does less raw damage, 100 less raw damage, but it does more damage from the.
Rock it on.
So late in the game like this, it's still more than fine. It's also gonna mess up our particles a little bit. Get ready for that.
Woohoo!
Another rocket here. Here times 2. Overwhelming blink is like a blink that just has a bomb attached to it with tape.
My gosh,
Every time you blink it,
they're Team Rocket. Prepare for trouble, make it double. Where are all these Pokemon references? When did you start getting really into Pokemon and these all start happening?
Blue version.
You were a Pokemon, which one?
My favorite Pokemon in Red Blue is.
Why did you like it if you only...
The best move you could teach him was Rock Slide. You needed a specific TM to do it. I found it on the strategy guide.
Ooh, that arrow clips right on the step! Aeon Disc will proc. Gonna try to make something happen. Aeon Disc procking is going to do more on that one. It's going to get 2 more, and that's going to be the Aegis going down the first time. Are they going to be able to keep the different blood? No, he's down. He isn't even able to use what he had. Thompson just being obliterated by Undying, seizing the moment, finding the opening, and just slaughtering 3 on the side of OG.
I was thinking like, okay, you double ravage, you kill Tinker. It's looking a little iffy now, but then I realized I'm looking around the fight, waiting for the respawn. Oh, there's Soxa dying. Oh, there's your Death Prophet dying without BKB. That was a monster double ravage. What a double ravage. 3 dead heroes, no buyback, and they're pinging it. Defend the base. Good luck with only 2 heroes. Maybe Mag can do some
I
miracle
don't know
things,
if
but
Mag can do it though. Tomato was just
Radiant
hitting him
structures
so
are
hard
fortified.
before.
He
And they
does.
have so many heroes that are up.
he's got Swift Blink.
The flank, alright, maybe.
Lots of attack speed, some extra damage, but it's
Dyer's
tough
middle
with the
tower
tomb down.
has fallen.
You just keep gushing him, you get
Dyer's middle
a
tower
little
is under
zombie
attack.
worker on him, and
Dyer's
The
good luck.
miracle worker, can he make this happen?
He
Radiant's
cannot.
just destroyed these buildings with the power of Tiny. What a convincing win from Undying. Not the most one-sided, but damn did they deserve that one. They fought for it. Laning stage was a bit rough at times, but those team fights as the game went on, they hit